Hi, hello. Welcome. It's the Moon Griffon Show. What a day. What a day. A great day to be with you after a rough night for pretty much the whole state. Hope you're hanging in there. Hope not too bad of flooding. And anyway, great to have you back with us, 844-766-6607. Now, before I get to my guests, and I got several guests all the way to about 10:30 today at least so far. As you know, we were supposed to be. It's still Industry Day. It's Industry Day on the Moon Griffon Show. Our friends at Grow Louisiana Coalition and Louisiana Oil and Gas Association, Louisiana Mid-Continental and Gas Association, Associated Builders and Contractors, Louisiana Chemical Association, Louisiana Association of Business and Industry. We're still celebrating today. We had this event scheduled outside. As you know, that was not a good thing today. Trying to move it inside, didn't work out. So we're going to do it like we were there. And so today is Industry Day 2025 with our friends at Grow Louisiana Coalition. It's to honor the energy legacy and things of that nature. We're going to do that today. You're going to get the same thing over there that you've been getting. You don't have to look at me. And you're still going to get the guests. They're just not sitting by me. So that's the way it is. That's what it's all about, and that's what we're going to do for this first hour and a half, 2 hours this morning. Now, our first guest is not a stranger to the show or myself. He's with the Louisiana Oil and Gas Association, Mr. Mike Moncla. Mike, what's up, brother?
How are you, man? Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Can't see you, but good to hear from you.
Yeah, you know, I was told by some of you people they're glad we can still do this, and they don't have to look at me, so they figured it's probably a win-win for everybody.
Well, it was good seeing you at STM a few weeks ago at Options softball game. That was a fun day.
Yeah, I did. Maddie already told me last night. She said at the Options softball game, she said, "Hey, Dad, I need to start working on hitting the base softball soon." I said, "Why?" She said, "Well, we're going to have the Options softball game again." I said, "Maybe that's next April." She said, "Okay." So yeah. I'll remind you.
Yeah, that was a good day. That was awesome.
I know it was. That was a really good. So, Mike, let's get into it. Louisiana Oil and Gas Association Industry Day is still the best industry Louisiana ever had, but it's really the best industry the whole world has known because of what it's done. It's fought our wars. It's put food on the table for people. It's educated people. Talk a little bit about what this industry means, not only to you, your family, to Louisiana, and to the world. This is the most important industry that's really got us in the right direction.
It's certainly taken the world out of poverty. You know, it's given power and generation to the poorest people of the world, and we're real proud of that. And you know, look, even gasoline. I mean, it's a fairly cheap product, and you know it can get high when the prices are higher, but you know, it's a product that's abundant through our oil, and we have plenty of oil that we can go for. Oh, there's my alarm going off for your call. So yeah, I mean we love our industry. We're proud of our industry, and we're proud of what we do for the world and for our products.
No, it's no doubt about it. But it's worldwide, and it's you're right though. I mean, I put gas in yesterday at $2.47 to $2.45. If you just look at inflation over the years, you would think that's giving it away. It was and look, let me tell you something, Mike, and you know this, but affordable energy is how we eat. It keeps prices down for energy, and it also keeps prices down for food. Without food, without energy, there's nothing. So affordable energy is the key. Yeah.
And look, we as Republicans typically be, as we are in the oil and gas industry, we seem to always vote for what is best to move the country forward, not necessarily what moves us forward, because we have certainly had better oil prices for profitability during the Democrats' reigns as president. You know, under Bush, the price of oil for his 8 years was $47, Obama 76, Trump 51, and Biden 80. Mm-hmm. And within 100 days of Trump, we're already down from 78 to 58. So, I mean, that's a little bit scary. You know, we like to be, we like our operators to stay profitable so they can keep us service guys working. But it's what happens with when the Republicans get in office. They take the foot off the throat on the regulation side, they free up industry, and it seems like the price of oil comes down with that for the nation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just it's amazing to watch when he was in there last time it happened. But here's the thing, Mike, and try to explain this to people. There's a break even, and this is before COVID and COVID and all the inflation and all the printing of money that we're doing now. People used to tell me here, Moon, if we could be around $70, we can make money at that price. The price at the pump is not too high for people, and that's a good figure. Is that still a good figure? Is that still? I know it's lower than that right now. Is that still a good figure? I mean, what is a good figure? Or is there such thing as a good figure, Mike?
I was thinking back in 2015, 16, 17, when we had just got the market flooded on OPEC. I kept thinking we were in the 40s, and I kept thinking if we could just get back to 75, we'll be good.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, in South Louisiana, 75 is the new 35. I mean, we are just in such a difficult market with no shale play in South Louisiana. All of our activity in Louisiana has been in the Haynesville.
Yeah.
And it's because we've got a shale play up there, and that's where all the investment dollars want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you look at around the United States, you got the Bakken, you've got the Marcellus, the Utica, the Eagle Ford, you got the Permian, and we got Haynesville. We've got some places in South Louisiana that we have not been able to crack the code on. And we're hoping that one day one of these operators can crack the code and we can get busy drilling some shale plays in South Louisiana, but we're just not there yet.
Yeah. Mike, what is the, offshore drilling still good? We had a booming oil and gas industry here. We had a booming business that was all these small companies were able to grow, service companies for drilling in the Gulf and things of that nature. Is that all dead? Is that all totally dead? Is that something that we can't get back? Is something we can get back? Take us back a little bit, because at one time, I live down here with you now, and I go down 90 and I see all the lawyer billboards. But that was such a thriving place, man. Everything was booming. Every sign used to say, if you're looking for a good job, great benefits, retirement, health care, that's all going away. It's been taken for, hey, sue the hell out of somebody. I'm sitting right here, call me. I'm just asking you, take us back. Is that even a possibility to bring back that kind of business?
The offshore space, if commodity price is favorable, they'll continue to forge ahead. The inland water space is what got killed by the coastal lawsuits.
I know
we
that.
Talked about the billboards. We had 12 barge rigs that we cut up into little pieces and sold for scrap because there's no industry left, and there's not really another market in the world besides Nigeria that uses barge rigs. So it wasn't like we could transform that rig into something else and use it for a different industry. It's a barge rig, and you have to sit there and keep paying, port charges and insurance. You got to keep them fully insured even when they're sitting there. When you got 11, 12 barges sitting there having to pay insurance on them without any work for them, it's a losing situation. So we had to make the decision to close that up, and it's certainly due to coastal lawsuits. Anyone that filed a permit to dredge was named in a lawsuit.
Wow. Mike, I don't think people realize the impact that these lawsuits and coastal lawsuits and the ruling that came out, I call it the Carmouche craziness, and the 40 more suits, and y'all are named in them. I don't think people realize how much business just went away out of your pockets. I don't really think people realize. Can you explain? I know you explained it somewhat. Can you explain what kind of money and business and jobs were lost because of the craziness of these coastal lawsuits?
I don't know. I'm not an economist, but I can tell you this. Our family business, we had with our barge fleet, we were doing about $50 million in annual sales, and that's just the rig. So when you go out on a job, a rig is about a third of it. So in where we were 12 rigs out of 30 in the market. Today there's one in that market.
Wow.
But if you did that math, extrapolated 30 rigs times what we were doing per rig. Yeah, I mean, it was a probably $500 to $1 billion industry per year.
Oh, my God. God, me and you have talked about it before, but I never asked you about money and all that stuff. I knew that y'all had to literally take 11 rigs, cut them up, sell them for pieces just to make some money off of it. And I wanted people to hear out of your mouth, this is coastal lawsuits. This is what some of these big-time money trial attorneys, especially Carl Mushin, have done to the industry. Not for the industry, to the industry. And that means jobs, too, Mike. Yeah. I mean, you didn't even talk about that.
Right. Oh, yeah, we had 280 Marine employees, and, they all had to find new jobs, or, we kept a lot of the good ones and put them on land. But, those are jobs that go away, and it's hard to get people to come back to our industry. I mean, most of our guys are still working in West Texas or somewhere else. Yeah,
they want something consistent, and it's been consistently up and down, but the lawsuits really, and it might be bad for all businesses. Look, let me do this, Mr. Moncla, Mr. Mike Moncla, of course, our friends at Louisiana Oil and Gas Association. Take a break, come back about 5 more minutes. I'll get you out of here. Thank you so much.
All right.
We got to take a break. More to come. Industry Day, our friends at Grow Louisiana Coalition. And, of course, it's all about today. They had to cancel everything in Baton Rouge, but we're going to do all the interviews, make sure we get everybody in. Okay, we take a break. Be back. You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show. Hi, hello. Welcome back. It is the Moon Griffon Show. Industry Day on the Moon Griffon Show with our friends at Grow Louisiana Coalition. And, of course, we had to cancel everything today. The thing was supposed to be, it was lined up, Industry Day, originally at the AZ Young Park. Of course, that got rained out. They moved it over to lobby. And of course, that didn't work out because of the weather as well. So what we're doing is we're doing it just like they were sitting there. We're getting the opportunity to talk to people in the industry. GrowLouisianaCoalition.com if you want to check out more about what they do. So Industry Day is still happening right here on the Moon Griffon Show. We're doing exactly what we would be doing, except the guests would have to actually look at me, and I think they'd rather do it this way. They don't have to look at me. All right, Mike Moncla, our special guest with Louisiana Oil and Gas Association. So, Mike, anything in the way to derail y'all with President Trump in the office now?
Well, just the price
besides
of
the
oil.
lawsuits.
Lawsuits and price of oil. It's going to be interesting. I think with the getting the foot off the throat on the LNG side, our natural gas is going to. I think everyone's kind of bullish on natural gas, so I think the Haynesville can have a nice rebound. Our South Louisiana deep gas plays, we might see some more of those. We got one going right now by Highlander. So I think the natural gas side is going to be okay.
Okay.
If oil continues to slide and OPEC floods the market again like they're threatening, man, it's going to be a tough go for a few years trying to keep rigs busy and keep service companies active in South Louisiana at, sub 60 oil. That's going to be a tough go.
Yeah, and I knew that. That's why I brought that up earlier. I knew that and I moved here in 2014. You brought that date up too, and I remember talking about we needed to be $70. Let me ask you a question because I'm curious. You remember when all went to negative for a day? I know you remember that. I ain't got to tell you that you remember it. But what was the mind thought of everybody in this business? We're done. This is over. Or you thought, nah, this is going to bounce right back, and it bounced back pretty quick for us, going back into positive and moving its way back up. So I just curious, what's the mindset when you see something like that? Because I'm sure that's what you're thinking now. OPEC gets involved, start flooding the market, all of a sudden we get hurt.
Right. Yeah, that was a total outer body experience. when you see something like that going on, and you have bank debt and personal guarantees on all your bank debt, it is not a. It really is. It's very surreal. It's like, is this really happening? Yeah. How are we going to pay the bank? How are we going to make payroll? How are we going to keep our business open? Keep our employees employed. Yeah. It's a scary time, and I hope that we don't get back to that place. One of the things we're focused on right now is fixing severance tax, and we've got 2 bills that Speaker de Villiers and Chairman Guyman are running House Bill 600 on oil and 495 on natural gas. And they did it different this year. I thought they would just take last year's bill and make a few adjustments, but they kind of went a different route. It was, I think it was pretty wise the way they did it. I like it. I had to get my hands around it. But certainly lowering oil to 6.5 from 12.5, which is highest in the country, will help. Even help with that, lower price of oil that we have right now. The issue we have is every time you want to lower oil, they want to punish natural gas. And let's not forget that for the last 2 years, natural gas prices were $2.20. People were barely making money in natural gas. And so to try to punish the Haynesville guys, North Louisiana guys, just to bring down oil is tough on my membership. I've got a gun at both sides of my head, The oil guys telling me I better get this bill passed, and now I got two bills due, and I got the natural gas guy saying you better not get this bill passed. so
hey, you lose either way. You win and lose, I guess, either way, huh?
That's right.
That's amazing. That's strictly amazing. I'm gonna get a chance to talk to Mark Earhart later in the program, and I got a big question with him with Corbin. I'm not gonna mess with you with this because I want to bring Lana in here, but Lana Venable is going to join us about the lawsuits and things of that nature next. And I do want to visit with her about the lawsuit and the lawsuit abuse here. Seems like to me the biggest thing y'all need is for the price to scoot up some, and we need trial law attorneys quit suing the companies. That's the two things that will probably put y'all in a pretty good shape.
Yeah, and there won't be no drill baby drill at $58. It's gonna. Rigs would be coming down, but
I hope for your sake and the country's sake that doesn't happen. But we need to do everything on our own. Anyway, hey Mike, gotta go. Thank you. Always a pleasure. God bless. I hope to see you again soon.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Lana Venable next. Lawsuit abuse. It's gonna be good. Don't go nowhere. She just released some new stats. We'll be right back.